everyone, Comedian Steve Mazan. Hope your quarantine is going well. I'm here to do episode 3 of Steve, that's me, Steve Storytime. Welcome. Today's is a comedy story about doing the business of comedy. I was on the road. People always ask me, what's it like being a comedian? Well, this is a great example of the highs and lows all at once that it can be. By the way, I'm representing Chicago. That's where I'm from. Hi to everyone back in Chicago. I'm also representing Maine, where my niece lived for a while. By the way, I have a joke about that. You always hear about East Coast and West Coast rap. Well, that was the big battle in the 90s, right? East Coast, West Coast rap. Really, it was just New York, Los Angeles, right? It wasn't the whole East Coast versus the whole West Coast. There was no rap scene or hip hop scene in Maine going on, right? Like, I'm your Maine man. That's Maine with an E, bitch. Be ready. No one was fighting. It was New York and LA. That's what it should be called. Anyways, that's off topic. Let's go back to my comedy story for tonight. So I was doing comedy at a club one night, and I was featuring. This was probably a decent way into my career, 6-7 years at least. And I was featuring at this comedy club, and after the show, everyone's coming up, and I was selling merchandise. I was selling CDs and maybe some T-shirts. I can't remember what it was. And this guy came up, and he was with his wife. And he comes up, and everyone's saying nice things. I had a great set that night. And everyone's come over, they're like, good job, loved it. Hey, loved it. We love you. We'll see you again. And this guy comes up, and he grabs me, and he gets really serious, and he goes, hey, I want to tell you, that was one of the best shows I've ever seen. And I'm not talking about the whole show. I'm talking about you specifically. I'm like, oh, my God, this is fantastic. This is so nice. He goes, no, I'm here all the time. My wife will tell you. And he looks at her. We come to comedy all the time. We come here. You are the best comedian we've seen. This guy is saying everything you would want someone to say about your act as a comedian. He's like, we see a lot of comedy. We're not amateurs here, all right? We see a lot of comedy, and you are the best we've ever seen. You are really impressive. That was super funny. And I mean, now it's getting awkward because he's so laying on the compliments. I'm like, oh, thank you very much. It's very nice. I'm so glad you liked it. And in my heart, I'm feeling, standing a little taller. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, this happens all the time, that people are this effusive with their compliments, which they're not. They usually go like, great show, that's enough. And that's enough for me. But this guy, he just keeps laying in. He won't stop. He goes, my wife, the whole time, we were saying to each other how great you were. And then she kind of leans in. She's like, yeah, we loved you. You're really good. And then he goes even further, and he starts saying these buzzwords that to a comedian are the things that like light up your heart. And you're like, oh my God, maybe I'm onto something here. Maybe I'm going to be a star soon. He's like, look, no, I'm talking like clever, really clever. All right. Lots of comedians, they do some of this. I think you guys call it hacky. Like this was top shelf stuff. Really smart, intelligent humor. That's kind of what we like. And his wife's like, yeah, we like intelligent humor. And he goes, and that's what you gave us. That was really clever, really intelligent, smart stuff. Just a cut above everyone else we've seen, and funny too. On top of it, I mean, we're gonna be telling our friends we're gonna come back and see you all the time. And I'm like, wow, well, thank you. Now it's getting a little weird because they're so in my face that now people are walking behind them. This is how a comic has to think. People are walking behind them that might have bought stuff, but they're just waving because these two people are so in my face, and they're like. But again, it's a good enough reason to miss some sales that night because these people are being so nice to me. They're like. Really, we just aren't iterating. For now, I'm like, I don't know what else to say to these people except thank you. This is really great. I've made some great fans that are going to be with me forever. This is nice. And the guy reiterates. I'm saying, smart. That's what we liked about it. Smart humor. That's our style. And you're really you keep it up. And I'm like, well, thank you so much. And I think he bought a CD, and I signed it for him, and I gave it to him, and he's like, great. I can't wait to share this with everyone I know because this is the jokes you did tonight. They're on here because that was great stuff. And I'm like, yeah, they're on there. And he's like, all right. And I'm just feeling great and good. And he's like, really, we're fan. I'm going to remember your name, Steve Mazan. Yeah, fantastic. Hey, the one joke, one of our favorite jokes that you did, I did have one idea. I don't know how to say it. And usually this is the worst thing for a comedian, right? Someone's got an idea for a joke, or they want to tell you a joke. It's always a bad joke, usually a racial joke that you feel awkward hearing from them. But you can't say anything because you don't want to make the club look bad or something. You're just like, oh boy, here we go. But he actually has a tip about one of my jokes. He goes, I had an idea on one of your jokes. Normally I would be like, nope, I'll handle my own jokes. But this guy had just went on for like 4 or 5 minutes about how great I was, how smart I was, how clever, how this is his humor. And I figured I owed it to him at that point. So I got to listen, right? So I go, well, yeah, what's your idea? He goes, the one The one joke where you turn your back to the audience, you kind of turn around, and the joke was that I was watching a burned DVD that I bought overseas, like of, a Star Wars on DVD, but it was one of the ones you buy at a black market, so it's cheap, and someone's just held the camera up. So the idea was that I'm watching it, and someone walks in with popcorn, and I see their shadow. Okay, so that's the joke, part of the joke, and he's standing there. So he goes, you know that part where you turn your back to the audience? And I'm like, yeah, I know that part. He goes, it'd be really funny if when you turned around, you went... Yeah, and made the fart sound. Wiped off everything he had said up to that point. Everything just wiped out. Smart, clever, intelligent, cut above, not hacky. He really thought that would be help. One of my jokes was that when I turned around, the punchline could be... That was his whole thing. So I was on the highest of high thinking, wow, maybe I'm finally onto something here. And then really what he and probably the audience wanted was me to go, which of course I would never do. Although the joke might have worked better, to be honest. Anyways, that is the story for tonight. Hope you enjoyed Steve's Storytime. Hope you'll keep tuning in and sharing. And wherever you are, I hope you're safe and you're healthy. If you are interested, I do have bumper stickers that I wasn't selling them that night. What would you rather be doing than this quarantine? I'd rather be fucking. Wouldn't you? Who wouldn't be? If you're interested in a bumper sticker, send me $5 on Venmo. I know it's probably backwards for you, but hold it up to a mirror or something. You'll figure it out, all right? If you'd rather be fucking, if you want one, put it up there. Hey, everyone. There's a Cleveland fan out there. Go Chicago this year. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks for chiming in. I hope you're all safe, and I hope you have only the highs of the day that I had that day when the guy was giving me the compliments, and not the one that ended with... All right. Love you. Take care, everyone.